In this video, we're going to talk about E3 and the surrounding game shows that are going to be happening over the next week and a half, and kind of go through what we think will be at these game shows. Some of these are for sure going to be there, and other ones are kind of a long shot. I'm going to kind of do these in chronological order of the events of these things. I didn't include every single event in E3, and I tried to trim it down to the things I thought you guys would be interested in. First thing up on our list is Summer Games Fest. This takes place on Thursday. This is going to be hosted by Jeff Keighley, who does the Game Awards every year. And he always promotes the hell out of his events. If you've seen the Game Awards the last couple of years, you'll know that there was a lot of promotion. Not a lot shown at those events. So I'm kind of expecting Summer Games Fest to be the same way. I know there's a lot of rumors swirling around that Elden Ring will be there. And I'm sure he's happy to let those rumors swirl because it helps promote his event. But I honestly cannot see that not being shown at Bandai Namco if it's going to be shown at this, during E3 at all. Things I think we may see at Summer Games Fest are maybe another Kojima project. Jeff and Kojima are pretty tight, so that would not surprise me. And although Sony is not listed as being part of E3, which has been kind of happening for the last couple of years, I would not be shocked at all if they did not show a title or two during this Games Fest. That was on Thursday, then moving to Saturday, where we'll see Ubisoft and Gearbox. I think they're going to be showing Rainbow Six Extraction, which is their new Rainbow Six game. I would be surprised if you did not see that. More details on Far Cry 6, I'm sure, will be there. Maybe we'll see something on the new Star Wars game that Ubisoft is rumored to be working on. I'm not entirely sure, and I would not be shocked at all if we saw a surprise game from them. Maybe something like For Honor 2. That brings us to Sunday. On Sunday, you have the Xbox and Bethesda conference, you have Square Enix, you have the PC gaming show, and you have Warner Brothers. I think Sunday is going to be the meat or the bulk of this whole production, where you see the most things that you're probably interested in. Obviously, if Elden Ring is shown either during the Summer Games Fest or at Bandai Namco, that won't be here. So if you're an Elden Ring fan, that may not be true for you. But in terms of quantity, I think you're going to see the most of this happening on Sunday. I would expect Xbox to show new Fable gameplay from their new Fable, production. I would expect to see more on Avowed from Obsidian. I would expect to see more about the new Perfect Dark game they sort of teased. I would expect to see more on Halo Infinite, maybe Age of Empires 4, maybe a new Tomb Raider game. And probably a couple of new games as well. I imagine they're going to go pretty hard here. And I would imagine they're going to be pushing Game Pass pretty hard. This is very, very popular. It's been doing very well for them. I think it's actually one thing they have that's much better than PlayStation. So I expect to see a lot of things coming to Game Pass as well. From the Bethesda side of things at that conference, I think you're going to see more on Deathloop. This is a shooter that comes out in September. Looks okay. I would be shocked if we didn't see anything at all on Starfield, even if it's another teaser. And same goes for Elder Scrolls 6. I would expect them to at least show a teaser, if nothing else about these. And I think we might see some surprise games from them as well. Maybe another Dishonored game or something, of traditional franchises that they've done. Immediately after that, we're going to have the Square Enix event. Babylon's Fall is almost 100% confirmed to be shown there. So if those of you waiting to see more on Babylon's Fall, that should be fantastic. If you haven't seen our video on this is sort of like a new light action RPG game that's coming that kind of reminds me of like a cross between like Devil May Cry and Souls a little bit. Looks pretty cool. I wouldn't be shocked at all to see more Marvel's Avengers DLC, even though that game was not very good in my opinion. Or maybe a new Marvel project, since Square Enix is all about Marvel these days. And I would not be surprised to see like an Outriders DLC announced or something like this. And obviously Final Fantasy. I think they're going to show something about Final Fantasy related. Whether it's Integrate or whether it's some new project, I would expect to see something Final Fantasy there. Immediately following that is the PC Game Show. Historically, the PC Game Show has kind of been all over the place. It shows sometimes games that have already been showed in other game shows, games that are, more PC-oriented, sometimes new indie games. For instance, I would not be surprised if we saw Age of Empires 4 again there after seeing it at the Xbox conference. So it's really hard to predict what might be at this game show. We might see something from Baldur's Gate being there, to keep promoting that game. But I have no idea otherwise what's going to be at this game show. And it could just be sort of, things you've already seen kind of gone through again or in a different way. Moving to Monday, we have Capcom. And here, it's anyone's guess what they're really going to show. I don't know if they're going to be showing more remakes of Resident Evil, what they're going to be doing. I'm hoping they're going to announce Dragon's Dogma 2 officially. This is something that was leaked. I don't know if Capcom has ever confirmed this publicly, so this might be an opportunity for them to at least confirm it with some sort of teaser. We might see maybe a new Street Fighter game being announced or a new Mega Man, maybe an update for Monster Hunter Rise. There's really a lot of ways they could go here. They have quite a few games. I would be very, very surprised if we hear of a new Monster Hunter game. would be shocked if they're not working on one, but I think it's a bit early to hear about it. And obviously, we always hope to hear something about the coveted Deep Down, but for those of you who don't think Elden Ring exists, then the Deep Down fans are telling you to hold their beer. On Tuesday, we have Nintendo and Bandai Namco. Nintendo is probably going to be showing their new Metroid game, which should be fantastic, and Breath of the Wild 2. There's some speculation about maybe a new Donkey Kong game in the works, or maybe a new Smash Brothers game in the works, so we'll have to wait and see, but I think you can definitely expect Metroid to be there and Breath of the Wild 2. And lastly, that brings us to Bandai Namco. Conveniently, I think they're going to be showing Scarlet Nexus. This is 2 weeks away at this point, so I'd be shocked if that wasn't promoted there, as well as Tales of Arise, which comes out this fall. So those are 2 big games from them that are going to be promoted. And this brings us, to Elden Ring. Will Elden Ring be shown by Bandai Namco? Finally, will they show some sort of gameplay or give us some sign the game is alive? For me, my answer here is that I cannot see them waiting for this event to pass by and not showing something. Whether it's at Summer Games Fest or whether it's by Bandai Namco, I mean, I gotta believe they're gonna show something here. If they don't show something here, I feel like their fan base is gonna go insane. This has other implications as well. For instance, if they want to release the game this year, they are gonna have to show it sometime soon. Maybe they don't want to release it this year. Maybe they want to release it next spring. Historically, FromSoftware has published their games in spring, so that's not too much of a big surprise, or, no one would be shocked if that was the goal. But if they do want to publish it this year, or if they want the option, then they need to publish something soon in terms of promotional material or give people some sort of sign what's going to happen. And in order to do that, I would imagine we have to see something here. So if we don't see something here at E3, either at Summer Games Fest or from Bandai Namco, I am going to say this game is not coming out this year. But if we do, there is a chance. We're going to be live streaming most of these events. I tried to narrow it down to the things I think people in our community will be most interested in, and I'm going to be trying to stream those things. There are a lot of other small events and other studios and things that I don't think we're going to stream or we'll probably skip just because I don't think they'll be that interesting. And also because of the time difference, I'd have to be up way early hours of the morning, which I don't really want to do. So you're going to see us streaming these events. We are actually officially partnered with E3 for this. We are an official co-streamer. We were one of about 20-some content creators that was selected, which is pretty cool. So don't be afraid to stop by our Twitch and see these games, say hello, ask us questions, and just have some discussion about these games. So what do you guys think? Did I miss anything on this list? Is there something that is going to be at E3 that I absolutely forgot about? Are there other games you want to see at E3 that I didn't mention? What did I get wrong? What did I get right? What is it that you want to see at E3, and what are you most hopeful for?